ladies and gents, welcome into this one here. Our first round of 16 tie. We got an interesting one. Paraguay and France. A game that should be one-way traffic, but we've seen this Paraguayan side continue to keep sides at bay. And I'll try and do the same here against this absolutely dominant French outfit. Quick look at the lineups here before we get into the thick of things. Starting with the Paraguayan side is Gil in goal, Cáceres and Alonso who play as the wing-backs as part of a back five. Alderete, Gustavo Gomez and Velázquez in the back five. There's a three centre-halves there. Miguel Albaron is back, Diego Gomez, Cubas and Galasa in midfield. And Julio Enciso plays alone up front. No big centre-forward for them today. Option for the bench, Canale, Bobadilla, Caballero, Sosa, Sanabria, Avalos, and of course, Isidro Pizza is the big centre-forward. For France, we've got Mike Magnan, of course, in goal. Luca Digne remains as a left fullback. Jules Koundé is the right fullback. Delphi Meccano and William Saliba at the back as the two centre-halves. Manu Kone into midfield alongside Adrien Rabiot. Front four in front of that stays the same though. Ousmane Dembele, Michael Olise, Bradley Barcola, and Kylian Mbappe. That means Malo Gusto, Ibn Rekanate, Teo Hernandez, alongside Olean Chouameni, Lorenzo Emery, Ayan Sheki, Marcus Thuram, Desiree Doué, and Jean-Philippe Mateta are major options from the bench for Didier Deschamps. It's going to be a very, very interesting Paraguayan shape. You basically expect them to be a 5-5, with Enciso dropping in, adding another number into midfield. Paraguay obviously only conceding the one goal since that opening day when they got absolutely demolished by USA. France conceded 2 goals throughout this tournament. A clean sheet versus Sweden. Solid as ever from the back. They've already seen very similar here today versus Paraguay inside. Gustavo Alfaro, the manager. Hot day here in Philadelphia. So hopefully their knowledge of the conditions might help them a little bit to keep up with Didier Deschamps' side. But Didier Deschamps and his all-stars, basically, coming as major, major favourites in this game here. Everyone is in readiness. Packed in Philadelphia. Massive crowd. Sun shining. A Sunday as well. Can't get much better than this. Here we go. Just waiting for the countdown here from Philadelphia. Both teams in readiness. Here we go. Countdown is on. And we are underway here from Philadelphia. Paraguay and France. Paraguay in their red and white stripes from left to right. France in the traditional blue colours from right to left. These two sides fighting for a spot in the quarterfinals. France are going to go and return once again to the biggest stage for the 3rd consecutive World Cup finals. For Paraguay, bit of history here. Chance to make a quarterfinals tie after they last made a round of 16 tie all the way in 2002. Already, Diego Gomez pressing high on William Saliba, but plays out of the danger. And that initial press well broken by the French. Expect them to have a lot of possession, but it's about when they can find that first breakthrough. It's taken them sometimes a little while to break down the opposition backline. Oh, almost shut away though for Mbappe from Dembele. But it's the way they progress through the lines, the way the likes of Michael Elise get the football, the way the likes that Ousmane Dembele and Kylian Mbappe can get in behind is going to be vital for them. Back five, they're going up against four midfielders. It's a big 9 players in between them and the goal. You're going to need progression. You're going to need intricacy and quality on the football to do so. Luca Digne. William Saliba. Still Ousmane Dembele on the right-hand side. Manu Kone, a little more central. Rolled to Mbappe. Layoff wasn't that great. Paraguay, the objective is clear. Keep the game 0-0 as long as you possibly can. Keep France at bay as long as possible. Can you hit Enciso on a counter-attack? Can you counter-attack at will? When you get the ball, can you keep it for larger periods? Because we've already seen here, every pass out of danger that Paraguay get, it goes straight back to a blue jersey of the French. They've been very good at their ball-winning capacity and winning that ball back very fast. The French side, with the likes of Gomez and Kubas and Galaza can just keep the ball for a short period. Forces the French to defend. Not like that there. Galaza gives it away straight away. Temple Meccano gets the ball back. Michael Elise. They still do their best to disrupt the fluidity of the Spanish lineup, who, talk about a flow state, they're a team in full flight right now. Doesn't like many teams that can stop this French outfit from doing what they want when they want. Michael Elise is drifted out wide on the right-hand side. And that fluidity of the French front line in full display here. Dembele on central. Elise's ball in. Rabiot was there for the header. And Mbappe just take it down dead. Just to skip past Gomez, who can't carry it away. Look at Digne pressing up the bit. Every French number within 25 yards of the goal right now. The line is incredibly high. I mean, you've got William Saliba and David Meccano as your rear guard. You can commit up the pitch, and that's what France are doing. But Enciso occupying both centre halves, and Saliba has to head out of play. So it's a Paraguayan throw for the first time in the French half. Long throw by Cassette as Saliba heads away. At least they get a toe in. And Dembele goes back to Mike Maignan in goal. Maignan will have to be aware in this game. There's the threat that Paraguay have. Galazza's long-range hits are always a danger. We know that Diego Gomez and Julio Enciso are capable of top goals from long range. So when Paraguay do get their rare chances to go forward and get in the front foot, they will take shots on. It will be a shoot on sight type rule. It's so important that Mike Maignan is expecting that and aware to what's going to be available. But for France, in their long range efforts, it might come down to that later in the game, but expect them to try and work their way through intricately this Paraguayan side. It might even be a case of getting into one of those dangerous areas, skipping past the defender and being brought down. Picking up a foul could be a key avenue to getting a ball into the box, seeing something of danger. Paraguay knows what it takes. Beating Germany after drawing 1-1 in regulation time. Buckler darting inside, leaving the ball behind. And wins it back beautifully. Sets up Manu Kone. It's that ball winning time. That stat that often comes at the ball recovery time. So important to keep on top of a game. You keep that low. Dembele looking for the return ball to Michael Elise. Kubas getting back to defend that one. We saw this versus Turkey. Julio Enciso as that number 9. Obviously, they were down to 10 that day. But it's a viable opportunity because he runs so hard. Up there's Mbappe with a beautiful nutmeg on Diego Gomez. Ball comes to Luca Digne. And defensive action by Miguel Almiron. And it's put behind. Our first quarter of the game, the way of France. They want to take this one quickly, it looks like. Ousmane Dembele. Level of urgency from the start here from the French. Ball whipped in there. Took a defensive nick. Castaneda's getting well acquainted with Kylian Mbappe. Mani Kone. Here's Luca Digne now. Already saw earlier, Morocco, a dominant display. Took a while, but they got there against Canada 3-0. Koundé. Mani Kone has been collected there and remains down on the ground. Elise. Barclay can't get past Cáceres. You see the intent, though, in the early moments. France are going to get going straight away. Barclay chopping inside of Cáceres. Great defensive response, though. The clearance from Velasquez is straight out of play for a throw, so the pressure valve has not been released just yet. Saliba across to Manu Kone, now to Jules Koundé. France work from left to right here. Every Paraguayan player within 10 yards, whether it be width or depth of each other. So tightly compacted here. Rabiot. Upamecano to William Saliba. Now with Jules Koundé. Dembele's gone out wide right and Elise back down the middle. That fluidity still on display. Barclays comes central to support Mbappe. As we see that wall of red and white. So they look to try and squeeze one through. Cáceres comes away with it. Miguel Almiron now. Here comes the French press. Can't get out though. We're taken down by Upamecano. He come again. It's going to be a long, long stage of this. This sort of slow French play trying to break down this Paraguayan block. Might have made for the best spectacle. But it's what Paraguay need and what Paraguay must do. Barcola already survived just over 9 minutes though, Paraguay. Kept the initial onslaught at bay. Koundé. Can France just fashion a little yard or so on the box to get a shooting chance away? Cross in. Rabiot's in there. He's box crushing. When he's got heading ability. Shove around in there. Gustavo Gomez puts it out of play. Body's flying to the ground in the box there. Digne's cross. Took a nick. Rabiot got ahead of it. On Velasquez. Mbappe's at left now. And the fancy step overs. Not quite working for Mbappe, to the delight of those Paraguayan fans. Velasquez and Rabiot both going to ground inside the box there. It's both battled away. And Ciso. Got Saliba and Rabiot for company. And by going to ground, he's going to win no free kicks today. The referee is not going to fall for any of that tomfoolery. Here comes Elise. A little bit of a transition here. A little bit more space is available. Chops inside. Lays off to Ousmane Dembele. He thought he fancied himself, but closed down well by Diego Gomez. His namesake and captain Gustavo Gomez, always dangerous. Oh, cute deep ball over the top, but Bradley Barclay couldn't quite get in the end of that one there. There's that chance. He's onside. Cáceres plays him on. So there's little pockets, little channels. That's where if at least they can become that right side winger at times when Dembele comes central. He gets to the slot into that channel. And the passage between the left centre, so the left centre half for Paraguay and the left back. It's those sort of spaces there that are most dangerous for these 3 and 5 backs. Kone trying to win the ball, but taking down Galazza. The performance versus Turkey will give Paraguay belief. Down to 10 men for basically over half the game. They gritted it out. They got through. They maximised set plays like this here. They stayed solid. They've had a lot of preparation at this low block. They did it versus Germany. They always seem to find a way to create some chances. Here's a chance for the French just to be switched on. Paraguay from this free kick. Great defensive header by William Saliba. Elise comes away with it. And this is a chance on the counter-attack. 3 versus 6, and then all of a sudden the 10 get back. Alonso getting a foot in on Elise. Referee waved it away. Cheeky one though from Alonso. Saliba. To Manu Kone. Dembele. Can the skill of this French side prove game-changing here? Elise. Going to squeeze one through to Jules Koundé in the underlapping run. And Elise through the back of Galazza. A foul on the edge of his own area there. So, big bailout for Paraguay. French royalty in the house in Arsene Wenger. He's a FIFA man nowadays, but still a French icon. Right, we're there in tight areas. Miguel Hammer trying to come away with it for Paraguay. Here is Velasquez. The fizz one down the line, but it's straight out of play. That will be a Mike Magnon goal kick. Paraguayan fans will keep singing and keep believing as long as it stays 0-0. They know their side has come in to do one job, and one job that is to frustrate, that is to occupy, that is to put this side under pressure. Manu Kone out to Jules Koundé. There's Dembele from the right. Sets that ball to Manu Kone centrally. Elise. And with Barcola. Going to chop inside. Away from Almiron. Rabiot. Digne furthest left. A whipped in ball. Straight though into the palm of Gill's hands. And he'll take any catch like that all day long. We've played a quarter of an hour now. France have shown their early hand. So have Paraguay. This has been the perfect start for Gustavo Alfaro's side. Starting to get the odd chance going forward as well. It's always a win. So important that in these spaces here where, like to Jules Koundé and Lucas Digne get a little bit of space to drive into. They don't over sit too far back and just allow yards to be taken up easily. Dembele, Olise. His pass just couldn't get taken in perfectly by Michael Olise. First touch just got away from him there. There's the skies, little balls in the channels. So dangerous. Ball from Gil over hit, so Mike Magnan will come back with it for France. Yep. Manu Kone. Manu Kone, great dink ball. Mbappe, even someone of his athleticism, I know, would take that ball in. That's what France look to do. Smart balls like that over the top. Manu Kone has that passing array. We've seen it for AS Roma this season in Serie A. Has that in his catalogue. And of course, Mbappe has that in his catalogue. Just unable to reach an extended right foot up to take that ball dead. See those stats on the big screen behind the play there. 150 to 19 passes completed. Expect them to have probably 10 times the amount all day long here. Dembele releases Michael Olise. A lot of space for him on this right-hand side. Double team comes. Olise wins the corner kick. France's second corner kick as they start to warm it up here. Short corner taken. Dembele. Going to drill one in there for a waste. If you're front, I know they're not a huge team, but surely a properly taken corner kick is the best opportunity to find an opener right now, all things considered. Need to be smarter about how they utilize set plays, free kicks, set pieces for their advantage. Crossfield pass from Omodorete. There is Cáceres. Balakala getting a foot in, but doing so illegally. A yellow card is out early on here by our referee. Does come late and just kicks through, and Cáceres just above the ankle. No, it's in the toe in the end. When he went down and sold it, it's more time off the clock if you're Paraguay. First time the frustration, though, shown by the French. That's a rash, late, aggressive chance from Badley Barcola. He knows better than that. As Cáceres gets back up on his feet. Did he the shomps? He did just shake his head in disgust. Took him a while to get that first goal versus Sweden, but it was more flowing than this, obviously. So Almiron gaining any inch of grass he can there by kicking away the white foam line. Taking it from a further forward position before putting it out of play. This side has a lot of winners in this French outfit. So they won't be phased early on here, but if this game says goalless into the 60th minute and maybe even up to 70, how do they hold their bottle? Do they commit 2 numbers on the pitch? And that's what Paraguay will be searching for. That 65th minute mark where the nerves start to set in the French side. This first 45 is so important that they keep them at bay. Even if you have 40 passes completed in the first 45, as long as the game stays 0-0, that is 1-0 in my eyes to Paraguay. They got to keep it at that scoreline. No fouls to the referee, allowing Cáceres to be quite physical with Bradley Barcola. wondering if a tricky player like Alan Shirky in a game like this could be massive. Obviously nowhere near this level, but Arsenal in that Carabao Cup final versus Manchester City were very much in that low block. And it was the brilliance on the ball of Ryan Shirky and his audacity and ego, even you could say, to take the game on, take a few step overs and keep the ups that just change the game for his side. Here come France though with Ousmane Dembele. Manu Kone towards the edge of the area. Lines up a shot, Manu Kone! Not far away from the Roma central midfield player. Wasn't too far off the mark here, Manu Kone. Out of his feet, takes a strike, and then takes a nick off Diego Gomez. So, French corner kick here. Dembele's right-footed in-swinger. Well dealt with at the near post. Paraguay get out for the time being. Look at Digne. Dembele sets it here. Manu Kone obliges. It's our first shot of the game. Just after the 21 minutes played. It's a long way. France have looked to build rather than just take shots on sight. Ball behind. Corner kick. Again for France here. Another Dembele ball. Another chance to get something in of danger. Towards the back post where Mbappe is. Can't keep it in play. On that note, we've got our first break. So a couple of corners. A shot and goal. But outside of that, nothing of note yet here in Philadelphia. It remains Paraguay 0, France 0. anxiety back here in Philadelphia. Paraguay have held on well. 26 minutes down. Only one shot on the goal of Gil. A couple of corners. Pressure have built in different periods, but France have not looked dangerous yet. Rabiot heads out of play. Yeah, Paraguayan throw on his near side for Cáceres. And the slow play continues from Paraguay. The frustration building here for France. Koundé to Ousmane Dembélé. Ball recovery time of 11 seconds for France. That's what they want. Even quicker than that, possibly. Manu Koné dispossessed. Here comes Miguel Almiron, former Newcastle man, taking on William Saliba. In a lot of ground and a ball towards the edge of the area, but dealt with by Jules Koundé. Kubas, at least they're pressing him. Here Paraguay come. Long range effort. Blocked. And Diego Gomez puts his shot wide. Mike Maignan into Jules Koundé. Now with Ousmane Dembélé off in the right position. Inside of Michael Olise. Set to turn Dembélé. Chance in the box here. Ball across 6-yard box. Just goes out in front of Gil. No defensive action there though. That's a bright sign there for France. Getting across that 6-yard box. Rabiot gets there first, and now's a foul given for Miguel Almiron. Gil with that free kick. Is that towards Diego Gomez? He rises, but able to find Julian Cisse nearby him, and that's a foul on Manu Koné. Dembélé, Koundé, Olise's once again drifted out to this right-hand side. Can he fashion a cross in this box that is so heavily contested? Dembélé, Mbappe! Couldn't get it on target. Put off by the sheer amount of numbers nearby him. And he's onside as well. And Diego Gomez is all the way back there, putting him back under pressure. I think that's where they need to go for that sort of little channel. If they can't get in behind, then just whip one in. Get one for Mbappe to try and chase. Good foot by Upamecano. And Cisse wins a throw, though. Past halfway, which is a huge win for Paraguay. They get a chance to get out here. Come back again now with Upamecano. France obviously allowed to get to that sort of 30 yards from goal, and then from there it's hard work. Do you think they have to continue to be versatile, continue to rotate up top? Dembele, Elise. To keep this sort of 8 that is offending, constantly in motion, constantly having to pass assignments off. Because they hold position, everyone will know whose assignments is who. Little ball fake like that from Elise, and Rabiot lines one up from long range, but sends it up into a 20th throw. I'd love if Rabiot went off there to Elise. Allowed France to, because Gustavo Gomez just committed there and at least had a little channel to run into. I wonder if he could have faked that shot and just rolled it in that space there for Elise. Foul from the referee. Needs to not fall for any of this. It's Libra and Enciso. There's not much in that. Oh, maybe there though. Arm over the shoulder. Libra Upamecano. Will at times be 2-on-1 with Miguel Almiron or with Julio Enciso. So they need to try and avoid picking up a foul for a yellow card or worse, make a mistake that allows a chance and a shot and goal 1-on-1 with the keeper. Gomez's ball, well claimed by Mike Magnon. Quite rightly, not happy with the treatment he received. So then Rabiot, the left back Digne overlapping into Mbappe. Out of feet, past Kubas. Foul. Now it's going to kick off. Mbappe not happy with the treatment there either. This is what France can't get involved in. They can't get involved in any scrap. Hot day in Philadelphia and spicy out there between these two sides. Kubas just trying to get under the skin of Kylian Mbappe. He walked away quickly. Has a laugh about it now. Velasquez all over, or Cáceres, sorry, this time all over him. But here's a set piece for Michael Elise. Does he float one into a channel? Does he whip one towards goal? Into a channel it goes. Not fully cleared. And now Kubas puts it behind. A little awkward moment there, though. I think the French runners have to commit. Have to continue going and following in. Second balls are there to be won. It's twice now. Second balls couldn't be knocked in. Dembele's lofted one to the back post. Koundé the volley. Straight into the hands of Gil. He can just sit on that ball and claim it. Didn't quite catch that neatly. Here's that chance where Velasquez and Gomez almost bundled it into their own net there. So we tick past 36-minute mark. 9 to go here in this first half. Speculative efforts at best for France. The Paraguayan low block continues to reign supreme. Koundé, though, these little mini transition moments. Chance to commit some numbers forward and try and go man-to-man. Dembele trying to go the low route. Well cleared away, though. Just leave it back to Mike Maignan. Little dink to it for Mercado. And Cisse continued to look to press. At least they caught in the ball there. A little bit lackadaisical in midfield. So was Julio Enciso. Well, one by Upamecano. Elise, again, trying to get past Gomez, but unable to do so. Trying a lot in there, Michael Elise. Miguel Almiron trying to get further forward. Here you go, Gomez runs out of play. Well done from William Saliba just to occupy him and force him out of play there. France, the urgency's there. They go quickly. Dembele, is he on? Looks like he kept on there. Who's the Dembele? Ooh. Took a nick, corner kick. Mbappe's down. Something across off the ball here. An elbow comes down. It's not the neck, though. The best chance Dembele's had. Swipe down's not great there from Galaza, but no contact to the neck or head, so he escapes without any trouble. Ousmane Dembele then. Ball in. Mbappe trying to get free at the back post. Unable to do so, though. And again, Mbappe. Heavy man marking on him. Nearly enough to go down. Not quite this time, though. By was it Velasquez or was it? He's having a chat here. You don't want, if you're France, you don't want this to become too much of a grudge match out there. That's what Paraguay want. And see, so no eyes for the ball. That's a foul, the referee. Good call. So Rabiot. But cool. I haven't seen much of him in this first half. I said maybe a game for Ryan Cherki or even a Desiree Doué, one of those skillful players that play with a level of confidence / ego that might be able to break down a block like this. Dembele return ball for Koundé. Cut back blocked. Corner kick again. The onslaught of attacks continue against his Paraguayan side. Elise. Oh, nearly gets the beating. The keeper at the near post. Koundé trying to recycle it. Comes to Manu Kone. Lacadinha. Another good ball, but No one able to beat their man and beat Gill to it. It's a great pass under pressure. Paraguay come away with it with Galazza. Looking for Diego Gomez. But it's just out of the reach of him there. And again, it's like a basketball game. Back underway, back forward. Digne. There's that momentum stat. Overwhelmingly blue. Dembele looking to squeeze one through to Koundé again. It's the French forward play versus the Paraguayan persistent defense right now. Centre half's done very, very well to keep that line relatively flat. And when needed to come out and shut down. So his complementary midfield players that have supported the fullbacks in their quest to keep Dembele, Barcola, Digne and Koundé quiet. Mbappe's come out left here. Barcola in the middle. For Meccano. Manu Kone. Works well. Tries to whip one. Might have to be that type of magical moment for the French. Teddy Deschamps and his bench look on pensively. They've got that all-star bench line up the French, so Teddy Deschamps has definitely got options he can use from there if it means to commit another midfielder as a forward. Bring off Manu Kone, bring on a Shirky, bring on a Marcos Thuram. There's so many options for this French outfit. They want to make the change. Barcola inside. Oli's a little flick. Kone. Dembele on the far right side now. Two meet him. Tries to just force one through. Galazzo comes away with it. Paraguay just swinging a couple passes together here. And here comes Kubas. Got a mini 2-on-1 counter here, but off Meccano as well. And finds Adrien Rabiot. Mbappe is almost permanently now left. Rabiot. Can France find that little moment, that little space in the channel maybe? Rabiot lines one up, took a nick, took the sting out of it in Galil. Can control that ball. 3 minutes, to be added on for that drinks break. No more. On top of that. Koundé nods it down. Kone. Olise. Out to Barcola. Little nutmeg on Almiron. Now with Koundé. Kone. Just overdid that there. Trying to turn out of trouble and ended up turning into Julio Enciso, who looks to carry here against Upamecano. The Bayern man has to be very strong and does. It's a French throw. Well done, Dale Upamecano. Julio Enciso did his best work, but Upamecano with him every step of the way. That is a superb Upamecano effort. An important foot in at an important time. Digne keeps that alive, winning that duel with Miguel Almiron halfway through the 3 minutes of stoppages. As France continue to look for that first goal. It's going to be like the old tomato sauce in that analogy. You'll be pushing and pushing, nothing will come. Then all of a sudden, once a little bit comes, they all come at once, the goals here. You feel the France score, there will be a lot of goals to come after that. Hyundai. Mbappe looked to force one through again. That's what Paraguay, I think, have done well. They've got their foot in for those little force through balls in between the two defenders. Both got their legs out and block those little passes, trying to thread it through tight spaces. That denies those little overlaps, those little overloads in forward areas. That keeps the French wide men guessing. Ding ball into a spot. Digne didn't follow it in. And that should see us then to half-time. That Rabiot misplaced pass. Yeah, Deschamps and his crew have a lot to think about at the half-time break. The Paraguayan fans, quite rightly in fine voice, their team are doing their job. Is there one last chance? So for Ousmane Dembele. Sets one back to Jules Koundé. A floater in there. Probably Barkley got a touch, but not impactful. And that is that. So Paraguay have done their job so far. They've kept France at bay. The French have come attack after attack after attack, but not enough incision, not enough overloads, not enough balls in the box yet for them to strike a difference. They've been frustration building, but they've held their nerve so far. As we go to the halftime break, it is Paraguay 0, France 0, with a lot to be excited about to come in the second half. Short break, guys, and we'll be back for the second half action very, very soon. It stays Paraguay 0, France 0. Alrighty, guys, we are back here for second half action. Both teams are back out there. Frustration for France in the first 45 minutes. They could not break down this Paraguay low block. Many teams have struggled. Australia couldn't score. Turkey couldn't score. Germany only managed one. This France side are a different level. We see them as favourites to win it all, but if you're going to win it all, you have to find a way to grind it out. Whether the dark arts, whether it be bodies in the way, whether it be mistakes in the final third, France couldn't get it done. They've got 45 minutes to try and do so. If not, we potentially have an extra 30 minutes of football. So here we go. Julio Enciso of Paraguay gets us kicked off. Paraguay in the red and white stripes. Right to left. France in the blue. Left to right. It was only a real 4 or 5 speculative efforts on goal for France, rather than any clear-cut opportunity for them. There was no real ability to develop pressure. And never that period of time where you thought, oh, they're going to score here. But the athletes there, skillful players, should find a way through. And you assume with a hot day in Philadelphia, eventually the defending, the constant running will tell on this Paraguayan side. But so far, so good for them, as Miguel Almiron has been fouled on the far right-hand side for Paraguay. Just coming together between Luca Digne and Almiron, connecting heel to heel. Gustavo Alfaro's side has been heroic at times. That performance versus Turkey in Kansas, following it up with a solid enough display versus Australia, where both teams didn't really look to pose a threat to each other. But the German result was well to stay in the game, to battle back and keep a German side that look aren't fantastic, but keep them at bay. Very, very impressive effort from them on that day. And the composure to win on penalties as well was nothing short of spectacular. They've got the mentality to match it with his French side. The referee is going to be very, very busy, you feel, in the second half with a lot of stoppages, a lot of nuisances and nonsense from this Paraguayan side to stop the flow of the game continuing. That's the code word, though, flow. France want to find their flow. Paraguay want to halt it. They want to make it stop-start. They want to make it a game of 3-minute increments rather than extended 5 to 10 minutes worth of possession and chances for France. Barcola has come very, very skinny. Mbappe has come wide. I feel maybe that might be their avenue. Kylian Mbappe in a 1v1 or even a 2v1 out wide to skip past the defender, put something in there. Mbappe, incisive ball in behind. Koundé, he left it for Elise. Both of them just looked at the ball rather than go getting the end of it. But again, Mbappe involved from left to the middle. And that is what he will want to deliver again here in this second half. Oh, good weight shift from Elise. He keeps the ball initially and slips over. Loses out. Great forward pressing from Manu Kone to keep possession here for France. Lays one off here, Elise to Kone. Rabiot central. Bit of space for him to line one up. Rabiot. And then that one going over the crossbar. They wanted a touch. It might have came off Kubas, but not on target. Didier Deschamps' frustration. He played in a side that faced off against Paraguay many years ago. Loose first touch from Del Meccano. Gives the ball to Miguel Almiron. Gets an effort on goal. An effort that was well closed down, and a corner kick for Paraguay, their first of the game. Rare mistake from Dale Meccano. So a chance for Paraguay to send numbers up the pitch to cram this box and potentially head home against the run of play. Caution need to be taken here by France to deal with this, but also it could serve as a great ability to get on the counter-attack and get at this side. Almiron for that left-footed in-swinger, attacking this goal where the Paraguayan fans sit behind. Good ball from Almiron. Mannion has to send it with a double fister. Cycle back in there. Good footing by Upamecano. It'll be a Paraguay throw. You assume they'll take this one long. Alonso over it. Gomez Galarza, Almiron, all in there. I'll throw those straight to Mike Maignan, and he'll look to go quickly. And there he goes to Kylian Mbappe. And Mbappe's through. And missed his kick. Castanes wants handball. They take it quickly from the corner. Dembele, oh, side netting. And now Gill's down. He's been collected on the way through. And France almost caught out there. Did Mbappe use his arm? He did. And he knew it. Castanes getting back. And instead of having time to check for handball, they go quickly. Smart thinking by the French. And that's a way to beat the rules. A big stoppage here as Gill's going to milk this. Nothing much in that. He'll be fine. Putting that bit dramatic if France has scored from that quickly taking corner kick. One time I forgot, but that's what I was talking about with the corner kick and balls in the box. They can just go quickly. And it's still at 4-1, but it's Mbappe in behind. And he'll get the beating of any player in a 1v1 sprint, especially with a threat of goal there. Mbappe counting out to the referee here. He wants him to enforce that 5-second rule on Gill. And now finally he's gotten to his feet. Rabiot winning that second ball as well. Olise. Ball looking to find Rabiot once again. Going out of play will be a France throw to Lucadinho on the halfway line. Here's Bradley Barcola. Man left for France. Kone lines one up. Oh! And we need to be tipped over by Gill. That one had venom. That one had dip. And Manu Kone. Fantastic season in Serie A. Going to carry that form over. Dembele furious at the man coming too close. He was dipping. He was spinning away into the far corner. Elise's ball doesn't get past the man at the near post. I think it was Alonso there. Kunde. Elise keeps it in. Momentarily not throughout. Didier Deschamps telling his troops just to stay calm, stay focused. Their quality will show eventually. Will it be in 90? Will it be in 120 though? Rabiot in strong. Elise away from the challenge of Diego Gomez. Elise. Gomez gives him a push. Barkler out wide. And he'll win a corner kick. And up come the French again. Wave after wave after wave of attacks. And it's Mr. Ballon d'Or, Ousmane Dembele, over this. So then Dembele, in-swinging delivery. Great whip on it, but no one can beat Gil to it. He catches quite comfortably. Kunde around the corner. Kubas gets that ball back. Chance for Paraguay now. Just to possess it for a couple seconds or so. Look at that. The French getting well. Upamecano this time. Little dink ball. And Dembele can try and take that down. Odorete there, though, meets it after a loose take from Dembele. Around the corner by Almiron. Upamecano. Rabiot. That's loose to Almiron. And Cissé being set the task. Gets there ahead of Jules Koundé. It's gone out of play though. Well worked by the Barcelona fullback. Keep him under wraps, Julian Cissé. Danger man, undoubtedly. Odorete once again down. Seeing this now across the Turkey game. And the previous one as well. Oh, great effort from Manu Kone. Great strike. Ball just sort of swirling and curling away from Gil. He has to get a very, very important right hand on it to tip it over. Canale on for Odorete. Fresh legs at the back. They'll need that. France came back the other way with Luka Digne. Mbappe trying to skip past Diego Gomez, and unable to do so. Mbappe wins it back quickly from Diego Gomez. Those two going toe-to-toe. Bradley Barcola. Cáceres out there with him. Barcola. Bradley Barcola. Oh, brilliant footwork. Cáceres loves his work. Barcola not really interested in that. Ball looking for and finding Julio and Cissé. Let's leave it as well to win that duel. Him and Upamecano going to have their work cut out for them today. They will be 2-on-1 on basically any single Paraguayan attack. And Kone driving forward. Getting to that 30-yard line almost, similar NFL style. And that's when Paraguay will be compact and press up. Meccano, maybe does a centre half make a marauding run in the box, try and get on the end of a cross. Bar collar. That's rash. Really rash from the Paris Saint-Germain wide man. Almiron is down. And Enciso's down as well. We're down here. So Enciso has to make way. In some trouble. And Caballero comes on in place of Julio Enciso up top. And Desiree Doué coming in here for France. And no surprise that Bradley Barcola makes way. Those two have been in constant rotation. And it's a chance for Doué here. 30 minutes. Try and win this game inside of 90 for this French outfit. A lot of feet. Him and Michael Elise very similar in terms of they can create something really out of nothing. And they need that right now because they're not getting much from this Paraguayan side. Tempele looking to squeeze one through to Jules Koundé. Able to find that pass though. So Desiree Doué's gone basically touchline the far left-hand side. He's trying his best to stretch this Paraguayan defence as much as possible. Can the French just put a ball in the box? A give and go with Elise and Digne. And Digne in behind, cutting that ball back. Well marshalled back there though by Cáceres. And Digne flies back in for a challenge. Those two are not back down for a challenge, I tell you that. Just over 15 played here in this second 45 minutes. France haven't had anything game-changing yet created. Two swaps for Paraguay. They lose that false nine in Julio Enciso. Lose the Reds hit the back as well. Caballero comes on to lead that line. Koundé and Manu Koné play a bit of keep ball for a moment. Then out towards the left-hand side. Saliba. Digne. Now with Doué. France, can they break through here? Doué chopping inside and brought to ground. Referee says get up. I don't know if he dived there, if he actually got clipped. Elise. Koundé's inside of him, but not forcing that little dink pass inside this time. Dembele tries to squeeze one through. He couldn't get past the two Paraguayan defenders. They can't get out because of Meccano's there. Doué again. Mbappe. From way out. Nowhere near it. From the French number 10. There's Doué. He gets collected. How is that not a foul? Wow. I don't know how that's not... That's almost a yellow card. Jeez. The referee. Howler. Absolute howler from him. Then Rabiot, a big body. Potentially he can come in as a A box crusher. Scott McTominay, yes, for Napoli. Rabiot has done that in the Serie A for Milan a few times when games have been there to be chased and won. Getting himself up there, getting amongst the numbers, getting into the box, pouncing on that first or second ball. I just think right now for France, it's about a little bit more numbers in there, creating a chance to cross the ball. So Doué. Got Cassidy's backpedaling. Great footwork. Desiree Doué. Still Doué. Bundled over. No penalty. Miguel Almiron looking to knock one past William Saliba. Good luck beating Saliba, though, 1v1 in a race. And Almiron's gone down now. And they can keep playing here. There's no reason to put the ball out of play. Is this a penalty? That's a penalty. That is Stonewall. That is Stonewall penalty. Yeah, that's pen. Has to be pen. He chips him. That is a dead set. He's tripped him. He'll have a look at it and he'll overturn it 100%. And this is the French chance here. This is their ability to break this game apart. He's going to have a look. He's going to overturn this. It is a lazy challenge from Diego Gomez. It's a tired challenge by Diego Gomez. And he sticks a leg out and he gets a whole of a lot of Desiree Doué, who goes over undoubtedly, dramatically, but he's been collected by two of them at once. There's a foot on the heel and there's a foot on his shin. And he doesn't actually start going down until he gets collected. It is a Stonewall penalty. It cannot be anything else. And look, the Paraguayan side have worked hard, but that is a tired, lazy challenge. And that's the easiest penalty call you have to make. We wait for the call, but there's no way the ref doesn't give this. And it is confirmed. It is going to be a French penalty. And after 67 minutes of attacking onslaught, France get their penalty. Desiree Doué off the bench. A great piece of individual trickery and skill. Skipped past two and then brought to ground after he skipped past the third defender by Diego Gomez. And it is just laziness from him and his technical excellence from Doué. Gustavo Alfaro can dive all he wants, but when you see the footage back, it is clear cut. Gomez will know it. And the penalty is given, and now Paraguay look to try and waste time as much as possible. They need to be careful here they don't get a yellow card. The longer they wait around, the more chance of a yellow card. Velasquez has to go, yep. Now up steps Kylian Mbappe. Probably the best World Cup player of all time. And he steps up here from the spot. He's scored all of his last 5 penalties that he has taken. Chance to peg one back into that lead that Messi has in the Golden Boot race. The French skipper, the man that always delivers for France. They have been frustrated aplenty so far in this game. But Mbappe, a chance to give them at last a lead. Has he retaken now because the referee's not happy where the ball was laid. So we have to go again. Mbappe resets. Paraguay clear from the box. And it is Gil, who was the hero a couple of days ago versus Germany, versus Kylian Mbappe. It's Mbappe, who comfortably rolls home. Never a doubt. The French superstar again, who always delivers. And whenever they need an answer, Kylian Mbappe steps up to answer that call. The marvellous Mbappe, the World Cup GOAT, delivers again. Little stutter step, gives Gil the eyes, and just strokes it home into that right-hand side. Gil goes the wrong way. And at last, after 70 long and hard minutes, France finally find a way through this persistent and robust Paraguayan side. Look at Mbappe. He says, look at this guy. He is inevitable. He is unstoppable. And the fabulous French fire themselves in front through their skipper. So Diego Gomez, after becoming the villain, makes way. And now Paraguay have to chase this game. The onus is on them to make something happen now. Miguel Almiron goes as well. So basically the front line have all gone. Diego Gomez, Miguel Almiron, Julio Enciso. And now it's only 19 minutes for the Paraguayan side to chase this victory. The French are bouncing. Knocked on there by Olise. Mbappe now fancies himself. Velasquez, though, getting back and getting that challenge in. And now the intent to go forward is shown. Meccano heads comfortably back to Mike Maignan. So Paraguay now all out. They have to press hard at the pitch. Expect them to be bringing that line a little bit higher up. There's going to be a chance here for two. That's got to be a yellow. Kubas. Surely in a yellow card there. Referee's called for a drink. I don't know how he's not going to give a yellow card for that. And all of a sudden, it's coming. Mbappe's got to come together here with Velasquez. And these Paraguayan players have lost their cool here. And Gil's trying to play intervener here. But we've got a break. We've lost footage. So I'm going to have a quick minute break here. We'll come back for the final moments of this one. It is France 1, Paraguay 0. Marty quarter to go here in Philadelphia. And a very balmy, steamy day in America. The sun's been out up to upwards of 36 and 37 degrees today. And these two teams have had to work hard in this heat. France to break down the Paraguayan block. They finally did, thanks to that Mbappe penalty. And Paraguay, obviously, without the football to defend, keep France at bay. Avalos and Mauricio have come on. You can see now already the first line of the Paraguayan side on the halfway line, much higher. Engaging with the French. Flying in with challenges now, trying to be physical. Put them off their game. With the line being a little bit high, a little bit more open, you could see 3 or 4 probably from France here if they get going. And Mbappe in the back of. And then a kick out from Cáceres. And now all of a sudden Paraguay want to play on with it. Now they want to get going. Lucky he didn't leave with his studs there, Cáceres, otherwise he's gone. I think Mbappe's fighting back. He's trying to get on the skin of this Paraguayan side. Mbappe and Messi both knotted down 7 apiece. Haaland and Kane closely chasing on 5 goals. They've got to play, obviously, still in this round. The round of 16. Tomorrow, England and Mexico from the Azteca. Messi, a very winnable game as well for Argentina. And Haaland, it's a tough game versus Brazil. Loves it, Kylian Mbappe. Always run for the big occasion. Champions League, World Cup. Always delivering for his side, whether it be for the club side or the national team. PSG, Real Madrid, France, Monaco. He has continued to be so successful. And maybe on the back of this historic run in this World Cup, maybe now is his best chance to potentially win that Ballon d'Or. From the grasp of a player like Ousmane Dembele, Desiree Doué, Michael Olise. 79th minute here now. Paraguay need to push. The referee's giving the throw to France here. Now overturned. Paraguay get the throw now. After a disagreement on the touchline with Gustavo Alfaro and the 4th official. So a long throw to be launched in here by Alonso. Coming together in the box here. Upamecano went down. Doué did also. And a foul eventually given in favour of Upamecano. It is a stray elbow. And look, the referee saw it straight away. I think he allowed this to play to go on just in case the goal was scored. Didier Deschamps fighting for his players on the touchline there, asking for a reasoning. There's no yellow card given. He's probably right in that fact that referee has not delivered a yellow card since the start of this matchup. It's had some awful challenges flying in. That long Manyan kick. Straight out of play for the Alonso throw. This left-hand side, the near side for the Paraguayan outfit. Long throw, Makana gets a foot in there. Kalatza fighting, falls away with Ousmane Dembele. Alonso again putting a foot in. Kone now, tripping. And at last, the yellow card is given to Manu Kone this time. And Cáceres goes down. So on the halfway line is Mauricio. Paraguay in search of an equaliser to take this game to extra time. Diagonal crossfield ball, first contact one. And Mike Maignan easily claiming that header that was put into a dangerous spot. Reason to be actually nothing has challenged him today. Had nothing to do. Important he stays solid. Pointing out this French team. Little 5-minute spell of possession basically kills this game off, or get winning fouls when challenges go flying in. It'll build frustration in this Paraguayan outfit. It'll force them to come out of their shape here. Mauricio goes down, nothing that Kone can do. Dembele's come to the left here. Rabiot. This is where we can see the alternate side of these two sides. France to be fine just to keep the ball in and out of feet. Whereas Paraguay, they have to press up. They have to use that energy. They have to try and get some tackles in and be aggressive in their man-to-man action, which is absolutely opposite what we've seen for around 70-odd minutes in this game, where they allowed France to have a lot of the football. Mbappe, little flick, Kunde, Elise, away from Kubas, into midfield. Mauricio got to toe it. The long ball to the big centre forward. Chip on Kunde, Elise comes away with it. He was tripped as well. They look a little bit classier now than Paraguay, who are reeling at the moment. So Ousmane Dembele is going to make way here to allow the introduction of Ryan Cherki, who I think will love this situation. He will love. He might even whip out a couple of keepy-ups, a couple of step-overs. And miss the Ballon d'Or. Have to make way. Had that Champions League wins, domestic league wins, and then had a World Cup to that. It's quite the repertoire the last 2 years for Ousmane Dembele. Rabiot turns from Kubas. Challenge flying in from Cáceres. Rabiot and Elise up there with two-way. It's come to Ryan Cherki. Elise. Rabiot stays in the box as the option. Mbappe's sort of on the edge of the area now. Cherki and Elise. Just happy to play keepy off there. Galata losing his cool and bumping over. Advantage played. What a joy to have Doué and Cherki come on. Two of the best at their craft in club football. Put it together on the club stage. Meccano to Anthony Rabiot. Haven't quite seen Paraguay commit too high here, and there's still not too many chances for France to get in behind. They want to throw on the far side there, though, Paraguay. They need to go quickly. They won't have a chance. Potentially another clean sheet, though, inbound for this French outfit. This side is so well balanced. Best centre-back or top two centre-back in William Saliba. One of the most consistent competition centre-backs in Deo Upamecano. Kunde in there. Paraguay with a chance here. Shot on goal. Pulled well wide. Alonso. And the protection of Rabiot. Got N'Golo Conte as a change piece. He hasn't really even appeared at this tournament so far. Manu Kone and Chouameni. Great cities in front of that back line. They just look right now like with this side, Paraguay, that are going to frustrate, and you're going to have to stay with it for long periods. They've got enough just to see it out, just due to fresh legs. And in the end, it was fresh legs of Desiree Doué. Bit of skill, bit of step overs to win that penalty, which Mbappe ended up scoring. Galaza has to become a yellow card here because he's going to hurt someone. This is what I don't like about South American sides, in particular the non-Brazilian sides. They go to try and hurt people rather than actually play football. No eye for the ball. Straight through the back of Manu Kone. That's not fair. Paraguay haven't really even looked to try and get forward since going down. I thought they would actually open up, but no. There was no intent there. Maybe the legs are going. I've sat in now for 3 straight matches. Seeing that stat there. France have never scored, Paraguay have never scored past the 86th minute in a World Cup match. So that's a damning statistic. France, though, poor giveaway there. Give possession back to Paraguay. The clock ticking away. And in their own right, if France sit in, how the hell are you going to break them down? Give it away on the far side by Cáceres. Ball threaded through to Mbappe. He's got Shirkin Elise to the right of him. Kylian Mbappe fancies it all. Good hit and good save. Gil gets across to it. Makes the important intervention. After Mbappe always looks down, he opens up his body and looks to whip one towards that far corner. Mbappe now level with Messi. But obviously Messi got that round of 16 tie to come. Versus Egypt. Again, a very winnable game for them. You expect him on the score sheet there. So on the selfish side of things, Mbappe would love a second goal here to put a goal between him and Lionel Messi. Passes completed. Stat continues to be unreal. 474 to 94. Loose from Francia. And a chance. And Mike Maignan makes a save. And there was no midfield. And the centre halves were stretched there. So Mauricio could get a chance to shoot on goal. Quite a brain-fade moment there from the France back line. It just allowed too much space for the Paraguayan attacker there to turn and shoot. Getting the end of that second ball. Saliba and Mauricio both asking for a foul. Nothing given. Digne clears away. A lot of absent space at the back there defensively for France. 10 minutes added on though. Gee. Talk about time to win it. Digne getting back to head away. And Paraguay have committed numbers up the pitch. So this is where France can go. The fresh legs of Desiree Doué on the left-hand side. Velasquez, that's a back pedal. Doué. Shot blocked. Alonso just hooks that ball up into the Philadelphia sky. Kone to Doué. Velasquez battling with him and Adden and Rabiot. They tank the engine in midfield, winning that ball back. The persistence by France have been admirable. Galaza has to pick up a card. Come on. This is wrong. Just reminds me of Canobio for Uruguay. This is disgusting football. Need to just send him off. Lisa now after being fouled though. Free kick for France. Short to Jules Koundé, now to Ryan Cherki. What trick's got it up his sleeve here. Well, slid in though by Alonso, wins the ball back from Cherki. Along to the big centre forward. Meccano does well there to hold the ball up. And France being a free kick. Meccano did that perfectly. Holding off the forward, drawing him in, and being brought to ground. Didier Deschamps urging calmness, urging control here in the final few moments. Frustration now for Paraguay fans. Their side have delivered literally nothing today. Their job was to deliver nothing, though. Their job was to hold on. But hold on they couldn't. Desiree Doué brought down by Diego Gomez, and Mbappe from the spot did his job. And that's the 1-0 lead, and that's all you need in knockout football to get through. It's not going to be convincing at times, especially versus sides that play anti-football. Cherki follows up on the second ball. So skip past Alonso. And he'll win a corner kick there. Chance here for France from this corner. Elise over it to put this game well and truly to bed. Caspas continues to eye up and hold up Kylian Mbappe. They go short to Desiree Doué here, France. Olise. Koundé in quickly on Mauricio. Olise has been hit there by Galaza. Same thing again from Galaza. Send him off. He's a thug. That was Koundé, not Elise. He does it again. I don't care where he hits him. It's intent to hit someone. It's thug behaviour from a footballer. Doesn't deserve it on the football pitch. We've got 3 balls on the pitch here. We had 3 balls. Now we've got 1. Towards the near post. Flicked away. Digne gets rid of it. The Paraguayan bench is basically on the pitch at this moment. Flick head up. Mauricio's there. Well done from Luca Digne. Mike Maignan had a bit of a heart and mouth moment there. Kept in play by Michael Elise. Now Rabiot. France halfway there. Repetitive, massive moments for Luca Digne at the rear, at the back post. Oh, what a clearance. Doué's away. Sets it for Mbappe. Mbappe! Oh, what a save for Gil. Mbappe again! Gil again! What a double save. And the Paraguayan keeper might have just kept his side in the tournament for 4 more minutes longer. Massive double save to deny Mbappe twice in short time. And Galaza, fucking send this bastard off. He's a fucking dickhead. Someone kick this bloke. Disgusting player. Takes a lot to get Lise pissed. I'm pissed. He's a loser, Galaza. Kick him. Seriously. Disgusting from Galaza. What a save, though, from Gil. What a hand to that. Lofted in. Hero drew one by France. Doué just hoiks it away. Kuba sends it back. Velasquez ball in. Saliba missed kicks. That's going to go behind for a corner. Wasn't his best moment there, William Saliba. Bit of perceived pressure. Chance for Paraguay here. They draw level. Don't quite deserve it, but they might get it. Honestly, this bloke. Someone should just kick him in the head. Snap his leg. He's a disgrace. Ball whipped in. Straight into Mike Maignan. France want to try and get away on the counter here and put this game to sleep. Mike Maignan, though, taking his time and taking important seconds off the clock. Quarterfinals just seconds away now for France. And Mbappe on the left here. As he's been a lot throughout this game to try and stretch his Paraguayan side. And a foul by Cáceres. More seconds off the clock. He knew he was beaten. He continues to find the funny side of things with Cáceres. And France with the corner here. Corner kick for France. More seconds off the clock. And Galazza. I love this from Mbappe. Get under this prick skin. Short again. Doué. Loses out there in a bat in the corner. And back though by Doué. Mauricio flying in there. Doué fouling him. But he's flying in there. France now 5 seconds away from a victory from another quarterfinals. And it's another Mbappe goal to get them there. That is full time. It is French supremacy again. And they keep rolling in this one. And Mbappe loves it. He was worked overtime today, but the king delivers. And their World Cup domination keeps rolling on. One team played football. One team played like a bunch of thugs. In the end, it's football who wins. Ugly scene at the end as Paraguay try and lure the French down to their level. But in the end, the quality of the French shone through their qualities. And look at the celebrations here at full time. It's another quarterfinal. It's another late World Cup run inbound. And look what it means to France. A Kylian Mbappe penalty won by Desiree Doué. And again, they achieve success. Again, they get through another very, very difficult knockout stage match. It's the end of the road for Paraguay. They didn't come to play football today. But the team that pushed and probed and eventually broke through, Mbappe and his French side are going to a quarterfinals. The quality and persistence showed in the end. It ends here. France 1, Paraguay 0.